So welcome to class. I'll be teaching us how to make that trending Zara beret. So for this design, you can make use of any fabric of your choice as long as the fabric is stretchy. The fabric must be stretchy. Okay. You can make use of shimmer fabric, your poly fabric, raw silk fabric. Any fabric can give you this design. And for the design, half yard will be enough for this the style of cap. So for this tutorial, I'm making use of a shiny poly fabric, and I've gone ahead to cut out the fabric I'll be needing. So the length of this fabric is 30 inches. 30 inches on the stretchy part. Okay, 30 inches on the stretchy part. While the width is 22 inches. 22 inches for the width. So I have another piece of fabric cut out here, and this is for the band. 3 inches for the width, 21 inches for the length, which is the stretchy part. I have this piece of fabric, 9 inches for the length, 5 inches for the width. 9 inches for the length, 5 inches for the width. So I'll go ahead now and show us how to achieve this design. So if you watch closely, if you watch carefully, you will see that I have some line ruled on my fabric. Okay, so I'm going to be directing you now the outcome, the measurements, and the reason for this. Okay, if you do rule out like this, it won't be easy for you to work with. So I did this so that we can understand it perfectly well. So the first measurement I have here, the line, 2 inches. Measure out 2 inches. So the first measurement I have here is 2 inches. Okay, from here to here is 2 inches. So this is where we'll be joining our band. This is where we'll be joining our band. Okay, then the next measurement you will see here is also 2 inches. 2 inches. And if you notice here, I use my chalk. I wrote 1, which is where the first boning will be. The interval between the first boning and the second boning, which is this space here, which measures 1.5 inches. 1.5 inches. So after the first 2 inches, the next one you will get is 1.5 inches. After this 1.5 inches, you go ahead and measure 2 inches again. After these 2 inches, you measure 1.5. After this 1.5, measure 2 inches again. After the 2 inches, you measure 1.5. The 2 inches is where we will be sewing, where the boning will be. Okay? While the 1.5 inches is that space that is in between the first boning and the second boning. The 1.5 inches is the allowance or the space between the first boning and the second boning. If you don't understand this very well, don't worry. Once we install the boning, you will be able to see this allowance I'm talking about. This 1.5 inches that we measured out now, you'll be able to see it. So remember, the first one is 2 inches, which is where we'll be attaching the band. Then I went ahead to measure out another 2 inches, which will serve as our first boning. Then the next one is 1.5 inches, which is the allowance between the first boning and the second boning. So after this 1.5, I measured out another 2 inches. After this 1.5, after the 1.5, 3 inches. After the 3 inches, 1.5. After the 1.5, 4 inches. After the 2 inches. After the 2 inches, 1.5. After the 1.5, 2 inches. So I'm having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. After this first 2 inches, I'm having another 5 inches, 2 inches in different places. Okay, which is, remember, the boning that we'll be attaching to it is 5 boning. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if you watch here, you will see that after the last 2 inches that I measured, which will serve where we put our last boning, I have extra 2 inches left or more, 2.5 thereabouts. Okay, so which is okay. All right, so this is where we'll be closing the cap and all the rest. So I will get the fabric now for my band, fold it into two like this, bring the two ends like this, then you go ahead and fold it into two again. So you go ahead and make a notch. You make a notch at the center, then you open it up. You know the normal way we attach our band to our turban base. So get the fabric, fold it into two, go ahead and make a notch at the center, then open it up like this. So get the fabric for the band, locate the place that you made the notch, then align it together with the place you made a mark notch on the center of the fabric or the base of the cap. So I'll just go ahead and pin it down. Okay, stretch it out. So as you can see, I'm done pinning it down. So the next thing I will do now, I'll just take it to my sewing machine. So I'm going to run a straight stitch straight like this. So I'm going to run a straight stitch like this. So that is for our band. So I'll set this aside. I'll go over to my sewing machine. I will sew it, then I'll come back and show you the next thing to do. But before then, I have my boning here cut out. So this is the boning I'm using. You can also make use of the sewable boning or the pens. So I cut it out in 5 different places. The first one, the measures 32 inches. The first one measures 32 inches, which is this. This one now will be the first one we will attach after the boning. So after our band. The second one measures about 21. Abi? No. Okay, the second one measures 29 inches. Please take note, the first one 32 inches, the second boning 29 inches. The third one measures 25 inches. The third one measures 25 inches. The fourth one measures 21 inches. Then the last one measures 13 inches. 13 inches. Okay, I cut it out in 5 different places. So right now I'll go back to my sewing machine. I'll attach the band, then I'll come back and show you the next thing to do.